Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Hughes. I'm Chair of Alberta Health Services Board, and I'd like to welcome you to the AHS Public Board meeting. Thank you for taking the time to dial in and join us. This will be a short meeting as we have only 4 motions to consider. The first with respect to the appointment of permanent board members to Alberta Public Laboratories Limited. The second relates to the approval of certain agreements between AHS and APL. And the other 2 motions are with respect to authorization to spend and an appointment to the Calgary Health Trust Board. We're participating by teleconference today. When I ask for a vote on a motion, I will ask for those in favor, and then we'll ask for those opposed or abstaining. If none are in the latter group, I will declare the motion passed. Could I ask someone to move approval of the agenda? Marla?
Glenda here.
And Marlis and Glenda, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, that's carried. Declaration of conflict of interest. Does anyone have a conflict of interest they'd like to declare at this time?
Madam Chair, Hugh Somerville here. I should simply note that I will be speaking to some matters involving Alberta Public Laboratories. For the moment, I'm interim chair of Alberta Public Laboratories Ltd., and I have a fiduciary duty to them as well as to the AHS board.
Okay, thank you, Hugh. The minutes will take note of that. So if we could move to the first item on the agenda then, it is over to you, Hugh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And first, with respect to Alberta Public Laboratories Ltd., the interim board of APL had considered and supported the appointments of certain individuals to the permanent board of APL. The interim board of APL conducted an extensive national search and is pleased with the acumen of the proposed appointments in this first phase of board recruitment. The recommendations were made to the AHS board as sole shareholder of APL. The AHS board has also considered and supports the recommendations for the appointments and is very excited about the opportunity to work with the directors going forward. Accordingly, I move that the Alberta Health Services Board approve the appointment of the following individuals as directors of the Alberta Public Laboratories Ltd. Effective October 1st of 2018, and for the terms as noted below. 1. Dr. Philip Gordon for a term of 3 years. 2. Barb Hambley for a term of 2 years. 3. Ida Goodrow for a term of 3 years. 4. Dr. Karen Grimsrud, ex officio, voting for a term of 2 years. 5. Deb Rhodes, ex officio, voting for a term of 2 years. 6. Mauro Chies, ex officio, voting for a term of 3 years and also to be appointed as interim chair of the board. 7. Andre Tremblay, ex officio, non-voting for a term of 1 year. And I so move.
Thank you. Could I have a seconder?
Richard.
Brenda.
Richard, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Not in favor? Hearing none, that's carried. Thank you, Hugh.
I have a second motion that addresses certain agreements related to the consolidation of laboratory services in the province of Alberta. The board has reviewed drafts of 4 agreements that speak to the transfer of laboratory services businesses to Alberta Public Laboratories Ltd. and the service expectation going forward. The board has been asked to approve the agreements in the form reviewed and delegate signing authority to the AHS President and CEO. Accordingly, I move that the Alberta Health Services Board, 1. Approve the services agreement, asset transfer agreement, transition agreement, and agency agreement between Alberta Health Services and Alberta Public Laboratories, all in the form reviewed by the board with non-substantive amendments management deems necessary. And 2. Delegate signing authority on behalf of AHS of all such agreements and any ancillary documents contemplated in such agreements to the President and Chief Executive Officer. And I so move.
Thank you, Hugh. Could I have a seconder?
David.
David, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, that's carried. Thank you, Hugh. David Carpenter.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Finance Committee considered an authorization for expenses for AHS from April 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2018 if the 2018-2019 budget for AHS were not approved by August 31. The committee recommended that the board approve the authorization for expenses. Accordingly, I move that if the AHS 2018-2019 budget has not been approved by the Minister of Health by August 31, 2018, the Alberta Health Services Board authorizes AHS to A. Incur maximum expenses of $7.6 billion for the period April 1, 2018 to September 30th, 2018, and B. Incur maximum capital spending of $300 million for the period April 1, 2018 to September 30th, 2018. I so move.
Thank you, David. Could I have a seconder?
Rob will second.
Carla? Oh, Rob, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you, that's carried. And now our final item, Brenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Board was asked to consider the appointment of Kirk Bailey as trustee to the Calgary Health Trust. The responsibility to appoint trustees to Calgary Health Trust lies with the AHS Board. We're very grateful for the commitment of all our volunteers across the province and value their work and appreciate their commitment to healthcare in the province. With respect to this matter, the Board wishes to approve Mr. Bailey's appointment, and accordingly, I move that the Alberta Health Services Board approve the appointment of Kirk Bailey as trustee to the Calgary Health Trust for a 2-year term commencing September 1, 2018. I so move.
Thank you. Could I have a seconder?
Glenda here, I'll second.
Thank you, Glenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, I'll move that pass. Thank you very much. So we've reached the end of our agenda. I'd like to declare the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for joining us.